Hey everybody, this is Austin with Pastime Productions. We are kind of doing some gear reviews today, and we decided we'd kind of show you guys and talk about the cooler. We built this last October, last September, sometime right around me and Dakota. We're getting ready to head out to Wyoming. But anyways, figured we kind of give you guys the rundown on a DIY cooler build. I know if you go out and try to buy one commercially, it's going to cost you an arm and a leg, but we kind of built this one DIY. Overview, these are 4.5-inch foam panels with aluminum backing. These were a little kind of a barn find, and a guy had a stack of them out in the field. Got those, bought those, brought them home, bent just more galvanized, wrapped it to kind of seal the corners up and everything. When we were building the shell itself, we took the panels, kind of pressure washed them, and then etched them so that the paint would stick really well to them. After we got all the trim done, etched everything, sprayed it. When we did stack the panels, like this is a solid panel here. These are two separate panels. We did spray foam in between to set them to kind of seal everything up super tight. And then I also just kind of trimmed out the seams to try to just keep as much air and moisture out of it as we can possible. It's just setting on concrete. This shop was already built whenever we bought the farm. So this is just an existing concrete floor here. Installed a rail system. This is just deep unistrut. Use this on job sites, hanging equipment. It's not exactly designed for rolling. It's not a meat market design, but they do use this in industry all the time. They sell these roller brackets here. These are double roller brackets, and we bought hooks. So we kind of took something and made it work in this application. Roller design there. Had these beams. Found these, bought these off Facebook, built just the hangout, or the hanging rack, I guess. Installed a Harbor Freight winch. I think it's like a 750-pound Harbor Freight winch. It's just 120 volt with a trigger here. So that's up, down. It works pretty good. Last year we would just back a truck in here when somebody would get one, kind of get the legs cut, start the skinning process, hook them on there, winch them up, pull them up high, gut them, get all the skin and everything off, and then you can just swing them right on here. Once you get your deer, hanging on the rail here, slide it up, comes through here. I built this where it kind of slides out. You can slide your deer in and then just reinstall that. I did offset the hanging rail a little bit just to kind of utilize. I just was kind of picturing how much a deer takes up. I could get some numbers, but I would offset this probably another 3 to 4 inches just to give the cooler space a little more room. So you can have, I think we held 6 deer in here at once. You could probably get a few more in here just on the rail, and then I offset it, like I said, so I could install this. I put a shelf in here. When we're deboning meat, you can debone it, lay it in lugs, slide all the lugs in here, and then also when we are making deer sausage at the end of the year, I think we had 500 pounds of meat stacked in here on the shelf, and then also on the floor, just kind of opening up floor space. This whole thing runs off of a 220 air conditioner. If you get on CoolBot's website, you can buy this controller here. The CoolBot controller is what kind of makes everything run, but it's just a window unit air conditioner. These are super self-explanatory. The CoolBots are. Maintains and keeps temperature. They actually have on their website a breakdown for BTUs for the unit air conditioner that you need, for the box size you need, so you can get on there. This box is 6 foot wide, 8 foot tall, and 10 foot long, and I think it called for 18,000 BTU window unit. I might be wrong on that, but like I said, if you build one, you can kind of go back in, and their website is super helpful. This is the third one I've built with the CoolBot controller on it. Never had any issues, so they work pretty good. And then just I put one circuit for the cooler, and then another designated circuit for the lights. We've got one light in here, and then to run the controls for the CoolBot on there. So that's kind of the basic layout for this. These panels were just insulated panels, so I framed this and then left the exposed beams and rafters in here just so I had somewhere to mount stuff to. If I ever in the future needed to add, drop something down for another hanging rail, or if I wanted to build shelving, I just kind of thought having the exposed studs inside versus outside would work better. And then the door, we just kind of cut a hole for the door, framed it out, just all 2x4 lumber, painted it with, I did use Kiln's paint on it for metal. Went and talked to somebody in the paint department of Lowe's, and this is what they recommended. And then I've got an insulated metal door, and I put a piece of insulation down there to kind of seal everything up. It's the exterior CoolBot. That's the name of the controller in there. Then the rail. We went ahead and added this wall for skinning purposes, kind of when you're hosing everything down. Just trying to keep everything as clean as possible. Pressure wash everything when we're done. I will say, if you have access or you're going to build one from start with a concrete floor, I would recommend a floor drain. We're going to cut a French drain in here this summer and pipe it out just so all your mess kind of has somewhere to go. For now, we just used lugs underneath of it. But this is kind of the foam board we used, a piece of it, kind of give you an idea. There's a million different ways to build these. I think a lot of people build them out of plywood and then just buy the 2-inch foam from Home Depot and stick it in there. That's also an option. We really like the aluminum panel on there. It just kind of keeps everything clean and sanitary, and it's super easy to clean up. So that's kind of the cooler.